welcome back to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. This is a show where I talk about a lot of retro media, like VHS tapes, music, movies, games, comics, the writing life, and a lot more besides. You may notice from the new titles and this going on behind me, we've got a new look here at Planet Hex. I'm going to be a little bit more horror oriented for a little while. There's some horror stuff I want to do, so I thought it'd be best to look the part for it. So I hope you all had a great Christmas and a great New Year. For some reason, my wife has entrusted me with one of these, which I don't think is entirely a great idea, if you know what this is. And I've got some other things that's keeping me in the retro analog media frame of mind. One amongst the huge stack of books I got this Christmas, one of my favourites that I'm looking forward to trying out is Aesthetic Deviations, a critical view of American shot-on-video horror 1984 to 94. So it goes well with the Bleeding Skull book I've got and the Analog Nightmares book I've got. And also I'm looking forward to checking out the Last Action Heroes book, all about the triumphs, flops, and feuds of Hollywood's Kings of Carnage. So I'm definitely up for that. It's been a great Christmas. It's been a nice break away from things. I have missed putting these videos out for you, so I see I've had some new followers, which has been really, really cool of you. Thank you for checking the channel out. I am still working on vhsatemybrain 2, The Revenge, so look out for that coming out. That will be landing on March the 10th, 2024, and there's some really cool stuff being added to that. It's an interesting progression from the first book, so as well as it being about my own fascination with VHS and growing up like I did with the first book and the revised version of VHS Hit My Brain, this one's also going to look at the 10 years since that book came out and how the genre has progressed. And it does have a lot of stuff about sequels because it's a sequel and I love sequels. So on this episode, this is going to be a relatively short episode of Planet Hex, just to get the ball rolling for 2024, and I just wanted to give you your annual reminder. Should be an annual reminder. It's time to cull your streaming services. There are way too many streaming services at the moment, and they are taking a big chunk out of paychecks that are already pretty stretched. It has to be said, with the cost of living crisis and such like, things are more expensive, and the last thing you need is to forget about things that you're paying for. So I've been through a lot of mine, and we've got so many streaming services, and I thought over Christmas it would be fun to have a bunch of streaming services so we could really binge things, check out the shows we want to see, and stuff like that. What I will say is that a lot of these things come with trial periods. Great idea. Try the trial period, watch what you want, and before that trial period expires, make sure you decide whether or not to keep it. Otherwise, it's just going to tick over and you'll start getting charged for it. And you don't want that, because there are so many of these things now, it is really easy to lose track of how many you've got. Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount, MGM, Apple. Oh my God, there's so many. Shudder. I love Full Moon, but it's another streaming service. Troma. There's all kinds of ones for horror fans, for genre fans, for the crowd that would prefer stuff like the Criterion Collection. There are so many. There's also like Now TV and BritBox, and absolutely loads of them that are causing a strain on finances at this time of year. It's been, an expensive time of year anyway, with Christmas and New Year, and things seem to elongate out of all proportion when you're waiting for payday. But do make sure you are checking out the number of streaming services that you have, because it can really, really damage your finances at this time of year. So one good thing, if you go through your streaming services and check the date that they're currently due to tick over to another payment, what you can do is, if you've got a good chunk of time there and you've got enough time to check out the things that you want to check out, as if there's a show you want to binge or some movies you want to see or anything like that, see if you've got enough time left before it ticks over to the next payment window to get all those watched. And if you have got that time, get it cancelled, and then you've got that remaining time to catch up on everything you want before the service ceases. You deserve to have the entertainment that you've paid for. You absolutely deserve to have all the entertainment possible that you've paid for. And while there are a lot of free streaming services like Pluto and Plex and such like, which I'm a big fan of, there are so many that are paid that you, if there's an exciting new show or a series that you want to catch up with, or if there's movies that have been made by a specific studio, like some of the Netflix movies, or some of the stuff that's going on Paramount Plus that you won't see elsewhere, then it's a great idea to, by all means, get the trial or pay for 1 month over like a festive period and then stop it, because you can guarantee that just because of the the rest of the streaming services you've got, the sheer number of these streaming services, and the things that you may watch here and there. You know, you may watch something on Crunchyroll, and then Netflix, and then Prime, and so on. They're not aggregated together into one, so all of those will need a cost, and all of those mount up, and you're going to end up losing a chunk of money if you don't go through these. So I do recommend wholeheartedly that you check out what's going on with your streaming services. So be sure to check through your streaming services, the ones that you pay for, and make sure you're getting the right amount of value out of them. You don't want a nasty surprise through the year. Things are already pretty stretched for everyone financially, so do check out what you're paying and when you're going to be paying it. If you can fit a bunch of stuff in before it expires, do so, get that ended, and you're free of it. It's very easy to lose track of how many you've got. I mean, I have maybe 40 or 50 streaming services in total, because a lot of the free ones that I find have got little weird things that I like to enjoy. But hidden in all those free ones, there's a lot of ones that are paid, there's a lot of ones that are on a trial period, and you need to be certain that you're not going to get stung for a load of money if you're not using it as much as you would really want to for the price that you're paying. So do take a look around your streaming services, make sure you have a cull, make sure you cancel some. If you've not used them in a while, get rid, because it's not likely that you're going to use them anytime soon. By all means, in future, book a month, get a month, and then you've got a month to enjoy as much as possible. And then interest will probably wane. So when that month is coming towards an end, set yourself a reminder, get it ended. Get that ceased before it goes over to another payment window and you're charged again. So do be careful with your streaming services. Enjoy your content. And don't forget to check out vhsatemybrain Revised Edition, which is currently out in time for the sequel coming out in March, so you can get up to speed with that. I'm Andrew Horn, this is Planet Hex. Please do like and subscribe if you like this sort of thing. We're going to get back to a nice weekly format, and with some extras coming as well, and the Planet Hex reviews videos as well. But it's going to be a full-length episode of Planet Hex each weekend, and there's some reviews in the week. So thank you for joining me for this little short introductory episode to the first of 2024's editions of Planet Hex. Catch you for the next one.